What does a day in the life of feeding a 6-month-old baby who's already started solid foods look like? In this video, I'm going to show you a sample meal, milk feed, and nap schedule that can work for most 6-month-old babies. Hi, I'm Katie Ferraro, registered dietitian specializing in baby-led weaning and a mom of 7, and I want to be honest that with my oldest baby, we didn't have much of a schedule. But my next baby, which was actually babies, I had quadruplets, and let me tell you, from the second those babies started coming home from the NICU, we were on a schedule. It was written down, followed to the T. I swear, having a tight feeding schedule and a sleeping schedule really saved me that first year. And then when the quadruplets were 2, we went on to have another set of multiples. This time it was twins. So we had 7 kids, age 3 and under for a while there. And I can say that I really became a huge advocate for schedules. So I want to share a sample 6-month-old schedule just to give you an idea of what a day might look like. And I share this not for comparison purposes, but just for ideas of spacing milk with solid foods and nap schedules that might work for you. Now, not all babies are ready to start solid foods right at 6 months of age. If your baby is not 6 months of age or 6-month adjusted age if they were born prematurely, and if they are not sitting on their own yet, then they are not ready to start solid foods. And spoiler alert, most babies aren't always ready right at the 6-month mark. They might not be sitting on their own until 6 months plus 1 week, or 6 months plus 2 weeks, or even 6 months plus 3 weeks until your baby is sitting relatively independently. They need to have that before they can safely start solid foods. When your baby does show you the reliable signs of readiness to eat and you start solid foods, my suggestion is that you offer solid foods 1 to 2 times per day at the 6 and 7-month mark. Find a time that works for you because honestly, it really doesn't matter what time of day your baby eats. The only caveat there is that with the allergenic foods, so if your baby is going to have an allergic reaction to food, the reaction is going to take place within minutes and up to no more than 2 hours following ingestion. So please just don't go to bed like right after doing an allergenic food, because I want you to be awake so that you can observe for any potential reaction again for up to 2 hours following the ingestion of that food. At 6 months of age, your baby will be nursing or taking a bottle a number of times throughout the day, albeit it should be less frequently than they did right after birth. Now, you're probably on 3 naps a day around the 6-month mark. It's going to take your baby about 8 weeks until they get the hang of self-feeding. And so in the first few days and weeks, I hate to break it to you, but there's very little actual eating going on. And I want your baby to be coming to the table, being happy and content and somewhat full from their regular or usual milk feed. So infant milk, that's breast milk or formula, is going to continue to be your baby's primary source of nutrition even after they start solid foods. As far as timing goes, most bottle-fed babies are going to need about 1 hour from the end of their bottle until the beginning of their solid food feed, and that's to allow their stomach to empty a little bit. Then, when your baby starts eating and they're going to gag, that's definitely going to happen, I don't want their belly to be so full of milk that the gag ends up eliciting the vomit response. Now, a little bit of vomit is typical during the weaning period, but we don't want your baby vomiting every day or at every meal, as this can lead to food aversions and food refusal from negative associations with food and feeding if it's always accompanied by vomiting. Here's a typical schedule that will work for a 6-month-old baby. Wake up in the morning and have your infant milk. Do your regular nursing session or your bottle feed. Pretend like everything is normal. After that, you're going to play, digest that milk, give it at least an hour rest if you bottle feed, and then you can attempt solid food meal number 1. Most babies can sit in their high chair for about 20 minutes for a feed. Your baby might not be there yet, but it's a good goal to work towards. After the meal, where heads up, they're not going to eat very much, do your thing until nap time, and if that usually includes nursing or doing another bottle, then go for it. After nap 1, that's in the morning, you can attempt meal 2. Or if you're not up for it yet, do your regular infant milk feed, do your playtime, and put it back down for nap 2. Wake up, have your regular infant milk feed. If you didn't do solid food meal number 2 yet, then in about an hour or so after the end of that milk feed, you can have that second solid food meal. Play, go back down for nap 3 if there is such a thing. Do your infant milk thing, and then if you still haven't done that second meal, you can do it now. So hopefully you're getting it that 2 meals a day, you can pick after which nap you want to do it. Just try not to do new potentially allergenic foods less than 2 hours before bedtime. You do your bedtime routine, do your bedtime nursing session or your bottle feed, and hopefully that baby is sleeping through the night, and then you can do it all again tomorrow. In summary, a typical 6-month schedule might look like this. After waking up, either in the morning or after your baby naps, find 1 to 2 times each day where you can fit solid foods in. It should be about an hour after the bottle feed or after the baby is satisfied from a nursing session. So this can look like wake up in the morning, infant milk feed, wait an hour, and have solid food meal number 1. Then play, have your first nap, followed by an infant milk feed, wait an hour, and if you want, you can do solid food meal number 2 here. That's optional. If you skip it, then play, go back down for nap 2. Following that same routine, infant milk feed, wait an hour, put the solid food meal number 2 in there if you didn't previously do it, and so on and so forth throughout the day, finding 1 to 2 times a day where you can do solid foods. Try not to skip days trying solid foods if you can, and don't stress that your baby isn't eating much early on because babies need lots of time to learn how to eat. Be sure to follow this channel and get notified every time a new video is live, and I've got a lot more solid food scheduling resources linked for you in the video description. And if you're new to baby-led weaning, my comprehensive digital program is called Baby-Led Weaning with Katie Ferraro. It has my original 100 First Foods daily meal plan in there. I've got a 100 First Foods content library with all of the instructions and videos showing how to safely prepare foods to help your baby eat 100 foods before turning 1. You can sign up at babyledweaning.co/program. Thanks for watching and happy feeding.